Welcome back everybody, it's DestinysJesus here. Today I've got a bunch of advanced tips that you can use for Season 3. This is going to cover a bunch of rotation items and a couple of things that you can do with them to have more success in Arena, Scrims, and then tournaments coming up. Make sure to stick around and watch the full video. There are a bunch of really useful things throughout, and also make sure to give it a thumbs up if you enjoy this content. The first tip I have for you that's really useful when you're playing in sort of an endgame situation is to try to rotate towards these Whirlpools. Putting yourself over these in mid-game is extremely useful. Let's say you're sent third or fourth zone. Put yourself over these, and you can also use them as a low pad. So what I can do is basically choose the direction I want to go, place the ramps up here like this, and then jump in, and I'll get a perfect low pad. That's a really safe glide to rotate across 50-50 zone or to rotate to fourth zone. Another really useful thing you can do, let's say in 50-50 zone, if you'll put yourself near a Whirlpool, is to edit like this, edit your clone with your blueprint, and this will create a kind of diagonal short pad. You'll get bumped up and go very short distance and come out just over here. You can also do this low pad at an even shorter distance. Let's say you want to just make a short rotation, is do this short bounce pad, cover off your angles so you don't get exposed too much. Hit this pad and you'll bounce straight out and go very short distance. This is really useful if you have a close rotate and there's a lot of people focusing you. Just set up something like that with the bounce and you'll still get your glide, but you'll be a much shorter distance. This next series of tips is something that you can do when using a crash pad. You always want to be making sure you're carrying crash pads in trios especially, but in solos they're really versatile as a movement option, especially if you're not lucky with pads or peppers or something like that. First tip is basically to build a floor outside of your original box, throw down a crash pad in the middle of it. Now quickly cover it up so nobody shoots it out. Cover it up like this. Then edit your cone just like that, and you can jump on it and you'll get a low pad effect. It makes it a lot harder for you to beam, and you see I get a lot of distance there where nobody can really track me that easily because I'm moving quickly and I'm also moving to the side. That's really good about rotation. This is pretty much enough room to get the whole way across first moving, like from one side to the other, as well as get a good chunk of 50-50 zone done. You can also use a crash pad a different way. Let's say you're boxed up like this. What you can do is rotate your ramp in your box, place your ramp sideways like that, and throw the crash pad on that thing, and you'll go straight forward and then down. This is a bit less consistent than the other way, it's a lot harder, but you do get a lot further as well, which is really, really useful. So again, rotate your ramp, place your ramp, and then quickly jump on the pad, and you get a far distance forward, and this is a much further jump, as you don't really get that bounce effect to the top of the cone. It's a little bit easier to get beamed, so don't do this if you're low HP. This is something that Martel showed out in this video that you can do to exfil into a box. Just throw a crash pad at a wall, stand close to it, and you'll crash pad straight in behind them and get a shot in the back, just like this. This next bunch of tips is a bunch of things that you can do with the new added peppers. If you're not landing at a spot with peppers in solos, they're so useful. Even in trios, if you have your Tarpo with a pepper activated, they can go extreme speeds and create a lot of distance for you end game. Also pretty useful mid game. Let's say you're crossing an open water area. What you can do is just rotate your ramp and then get on top of your rotated ramp just like this, and you can run along basically for free. Somebody sprays it, you can just stop and fortify your position. Now they've added this where you can build in the water basically instantly. There's no real risk with doing this. You can also use this late game. Rotate your stairs once, go like this, and build along just like so. And this is a really useful tip. If you get sprayed out, just stop, rotate your ramp once more, and you're back into a starting ramp position just like that. Also, peppers allow you to swim faster. You can basically just swim extremely quickly while underwater. This is really useful if you're trying to get away from somebody. You can pop a pepper and then build these walls as you come out the water so you can't get tagged, just like that. If you need to rotate to a half-half zone or just quickly get out of your box from getting pressure, this is a very safe way to do it. Instead of doing the typical running out, placing a pad, which is very obvious, everybody sees you place the pad, you're likely to get shot out and also tracked up the air. This is a very useful thing to do. Edit these two squares above you, place your pad, and you go out at a diagonal and at a lot lower. That's a lot harder for getting tracked, especially if you're wearing a darker skin with a metal box. Very hard to get seen from as you leave, and nobody is able to recycle that pad very easily. Oftentimes, if I do this, I'll land, fully build my box. I see somebody's going to recycle my pad. I'll look over, I see they have to break the cone, they're probably going to get stuck on the floor, and then that's free shots for me as they're leaving their box. A useful pad play that you can do, let's say you sit on top of a pad mid-game, or somebody's placed it towards late game, but you don't really want to take it because you might get focused out the air, is to basically box up like this, have a pad underneath, then when you want to rotate, come to the side of the box, edit just like that, stand here, and you'll get a low pad straight away. The glide from this is a lot lower than a normal glide, and also it's very hard to get seen or get shot at because of the velocity that you're moving from. If you ever need to recycle a low pad that's already been placed, let's say end games, a lot of people are trying to spray and hold you, you don't have time to break the ramp even if it's metal or something like that. You're just trying to get in this habit where you can quickly jump on the ramp and then hit the low pad just like that. All you need to do to be able to do this consistently is jump on, you see where this metal buckle is, kind of like here to here. Just jump on that, and you'll hit it every single time, first time. Last tip of this video is to avoid getting slow glide when using the Whirlpool. I've seen this happen to quite a lot of different people. When you get in, make sure you don't press space at all. Just let your glider pull at a normal rate, just like now. Don't press space or anything, and then pull space a couple seconds after, and you won't get slow glides at all. It's only players that get slow glide, and that's one of the ways that you can fix it. That's all for this video, so make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. Liking the video really helps the algorithm and getting my channel more popular, so I'd appreciate if you could do so, as well as subscribe if you're new.